Hit it!
You're watching a CBG TV content provider broadcast.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or CBGTV.com. The medical and health information shared does not constitute a physician-patient relationship. It is provided for general informational and educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional care.
You're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. I said we're getting high because we're pot smoking. We're gonna get so high because we're pot smoking. That's right, we're getting high because we're pot smoking. Good morning, sunshine. How you feeling?
I guess I'll get rid of it. Holy shit. WTHC, you smoke down there, and I'll just do all the work.
And
what do we pay for this guy?
I don't know.
What do we pay this guy for? The Cannabis Chronicles with Da.Hippie and DoktorHigh. Good morning and good afternoon to everybody. I am so freaking excited. I'm like pumped up. Woo, 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 woo,
yes, we're here live on WTHC Radio and CBG TV.
Good morning to all of our friends out there on CBG TV. Thank you so much for joining us. And, of course, everybody over here on YouTube, Facebook, Live 365, and TuneIn. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Today is a special day. Dr. High, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Did you get a buzz?
How you feeling?
I got a buzz.
You got a buzz, eh?
Yeah.
Nice. Does everybody else have a buzz? How about you, Frank?
Raise your hand if you got a buzz.
I'm sure Kay's probably high, and Tom definitely is high because he's smoking it up already.
What's up, y'all? Smoking it up. Yeah.
How's everybody doing?
We're going to have a great time, I think. It's going to be a very exciting time. How was your night last night, Dr. High?
Quiet. Quiet.
You've been working a lot, though. Way more than you've been working lately in the past.
I did watch your Halloween special, though.
How was it, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. Everybody wanted to get arrested at the end.
Yep, absolutely. I wanted to be arrested at the end.
And the pumpkins didn't win.
The pumpkins didn't win.
No.
Were very nice pumpkins.
That's
there was some nice pot leaves there.
Yes, and Crazy Lori looked good in her onesie and mask.
Yeah, it's a little scary for me, but
a little scary for you.
Yeah, but yeah, our police officer. I ended up getting arrested and going back to the precinct with her. Everybody else, I'm out. Don't worry about it. I bailed myself out. I got to use it, Dr. High.
Yeah.
Hey, stop fucking playing around over there.
Ken's just texted me saying they're struggling with.
Well, it couldn't be anything that you're doing over there being frozen like that.
No.
Oh, she was hot. I agree, Kay. She was very hot. Unfortunately, she is married, so. But that doesn't mean she doesn't play. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know nothing.
You could be married and hot, right? Just because you get married doesn't mean you lose your hotness.
No. She's hot. That's what everybody said, man. That was what that was the overwhelming results of the chat. Tell Ken to come back in like he was, because I saw his box there. I just had to bring him up, I think.
I'm just texting him back now. I just told him, just click the link in your email.
I'm sure he didn't hear it because I'm not hearing what you're saying. Well, hopefully Ken and I can have a nice conversation.
Yeah, no shit, eh?
You'll be over there silent and quiet finally. Frozen still, man. Wake up. We're gonna get kicked off CBG TV just because you're damn.
I don't get it.
I am gonna get you. I am upgrading you from Temu to Wish Wi-Fi on me.
Yeah. No kidding, eh? No, and you know what? I followed Garrett's advice this morning. When I was done doing all my things before I came
that might be your first mistake. That might be your first mistake.
Maybe, I don't know.
Garrett had you all fucked up this morning.
Restarted everything. Well, Garrett did make a small error because I sent him a new opening and he used the old one, not the new one.
See? He's on his way out.
Maybe I didn't send it to him. That might have been me.
Yeah, who knows with you anymore?
I don't know.
Anyway, I see Garrett finally left. Oh, he quit.
Oh, he just changed the spots on us. He's still got a little bit of that Halloween business going on, magically jumping around like the green leprechaun out there, popping around from side to side. So hopefully Ken can find his way back in. You know, poor guy's got to drive all the way down to the Walmart, like 35 minutes to join us.
Really?
Yeah, because he lives like right in the mountains, right, where he's got no reception or anything.
Oh, man, I don't know how I would live like that.
Yeah, he's got to hop in the car and drive down to the parking lot at the local Walmart in order to, well, it doesn't sound all that local, right, at 35, 40 minutes away.
5 minutes, that's a hike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully he's going to get good reception when he gets over there to the Walmart, and we're going to be able to sit down and chat with him. He should be here.
Yeah, it'll be super interesting. Hopefully it materializes the way it's supposed to. Like I said, I just texted him back. But it's funny, he's on an Apple device having a problem with Chrome. Boy, do I understand that. You know?
Well, thank you, Frank. That's very nice of you, Frank. Frank said it's worth it just watching this show.
Well, thanks, Frank. That's pretty cool. It's real nice.
If anybody has any questions before Ken gets here, or I should say Mr. Estes, he hasn't given me the permission to call him Ken yet. We're not.
Oh, Grand Daddy Purp.
I'm going to call him Grand Daddy. Yeah, he's my granddaddy. Yeah, if you have any questions about Ken or anything marijuana related. Hey, DoktorHigh, I got a question for you, sir, now that we're marijuana related.
Okay.
And Felipe came over yesterday.
Felipe!
Yeah, and he was talking to me about his plant, and he said now that we've flipped over to flower, should he not use the white light any longer and just use the red lights?
You got to check the spectrum on that white light, because even though the light can appear to be white, it can be in a blue spectrum, a red spectrum, an orange spectrum. It's not detectable by our eyes, right?
How the hell am I supposed to know? I threw the paperwork away a couple of years ago.
Oh, well, then I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Well,
because supplemental light. Oh, that looks pretty red spectrum to me.
No, those are just the red lights. Now I have another batch that's white that I had on yesterday, and I said, you know what? Maybe I should just be doing red because it's flowering and white. I don't know if white is appropriate for flowering, so I came to you, the expert.
Well, they always appear white, and the flower lights.
Well, that's not good. That's not good if I've been using them the whole time, though, because then it's in red the whole time, or it could appear white, but it's really red. No?
Yeah, without looking at what the bulb says, you might be able just to take the information.
Yeah, I'll take it down and look it up after the show, absolutely. But oh goodness, you do have a kind chin.
This is so irritating.
You know what's irritating?
Being on the other side.
Yes, watching you do this.
Yeah,
It's
I
very
bet.
irritating. Hey, I like
bet.
how our boxes with nobody, it actually has our names right under us and not, but
Yeah,
once
that's
somebody
why.
joins. Yeah,
That's
I
why I
know, I
wanted to
know.
know the backgrounds, right? Because I was looking at
We might have
our
to
stuff
make him
on.
and shrink him a little bit so when the third box comes in, they could still be seen underneath us, you know?
Yes,
Like when I
that's
bring up a third
possible.
box.
I just didn't. I only tried to use my memory as a reference for where to place stuff. You know what I mean? I didn't realize how much room I needed or didn't need, or how big the background would take up. You know what I
Oh,
mean? So I
no, I'm
wasn't
very
sure.
impressed. I'm very impressed with your
But
knowledge here.
I just thought
Now
that our YouTube, like, because when you go on YouTube and you look at our videos, I just thought there needed to be some kind of cohesion, right, between them.
yeah,
So that's why I thought that this might work well.
I think that if puppets didn't have such an issue with the background that you have over there, that green screen background, I would use it as well, but they don't work well
They
here.
don't seem to catch your face, eh?
The puppet, I'll be in and out, I'll be disappearing, it won't be enjoyable. So
Like a magic trick.
you get to look at my mess. The
That's
real life
crazy.
mess of the radio studio, yeah. So yeah,
Why
get
is
back to
Ken not getting back to me?
he's probably driving down the mountain.
Could
Oh,
be.
around
Well,
the
no, I would have thought he had already been there.
around the mountain, around the mountain for me. Well, chalk this one up to another L. I feel like we're the Jets over here.
No, you guys won last week, didn't you? Because I remember you saying on Sunday that you were going to get blown out by somebody, and then afterwards you were like, "No, I just like saying that. That way, I'm hoping that the karma goes the other way."
I'm always a negative Nelly. I always think the worst. This way, no matter what, it's always better than what I was thinking. So they're going to lose every week. They're going to get blown out. And then guess what? They beat the Eagles. And then this week they squeaked past the Giants. And we are now 4-3 and in 8th place in the playoff picture as of right now.
That's crazy. You know what I also saw was the Detroit Lions are doing well.
I don't know about them. I don't pay attention to them.
Which is truly bizarre.
Yeah, they're like us. They like to,
because I grew up there for 25 years or so. They never did well.
Snoop vape? Does it look like Snoopy?
G-Pen used to make a version of their pen that was the Snoop one, but it was a G-Pen that actually made it. So I'm wondering if that's what Kay got, or whether she got a vape cartridge that was filled with a product that is
Snoop Dogg.
I'd imagine he smokes some pretty good weed, eh?
I would think he has a dude that rolls it for him.
Yeah, it's like pays a guy like $50,000 a year or something too.
Yeah, Garrett's gonna be doing that for me in the future. It's gonna be my weed.
How do you know Garrett's any good at rolling? You haven't seen his blunts yet.
That's true. You know what? Steed Squatch is gonna come and work for us and hang out and roll me those big finger looking like things that eat like this.
Yeah, he rolls some nice joints, and I'd love to try that tobacco that he does.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be very curious.
He was telling me the other day he's got like 9 million seeds or something like that for the tobacco.
Oh, there's Ken. Let's see what he says.
You know what Ken happened? I know what happened. He saw my puppetness and he was like, "I'm not hanging out with a puppet. I am way too cool for this shit. I'm out. Peace." And then he left. You didn't tell him, did you? Seed Squatch is already here. See? Hold on. Don't you yell at me.
Sorry. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, you can talk. Go ahead.
Oh my God. I'm supposed to entertain while you're playing around over there.
No, Ken's just saying that he keeps trying. He's having a hard time to get in. He said he should have kept his kid out of school today so he could help him figure it out.
Oh, so his kid can help him. I know that one. Garrett hit me up and he's like, "I have no access to nothing." I'm like, "I don't know what you did, but we're in trouble because Mrs. Hippie's not here." But I pulled it off. I don't know how with this brain. All right, I'm going to have you, sir, go and have a sit down with Ken in
Hold on. I'm going to have Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett, you're going to go and interview Ken. Oh, this guy with the commercials, for crying out loud. Play him. You don't even have them up. You're telling me about the commercials. You don't even have them ready. This guy's going to get fired today, man. He's working my last nerve.
Hold on. I'm going to...
Stoner brains together.
Ever pondered cannabis beyond the haze?
Oh, commercial break,
Would you like to know more
everybody.
about this incredible plant? Dive into DoktorHigh.com. Unlock medical wonders, master home-based crafts, and debunk myths. Do you support our mission? Shop Dr. High AI Haze on Etsy for cannabis-themed clothing, mugs, and digital downloads using original AI cannabis art. Hell, we might even have some psychedelic mushroom items there too. We also have 25 books on cannabis and specific medical conditions available at Dr. High on Amazon.com. DrHigh.com, cannabis information, education, and advocacy.
Announcing CBG TV's Bud Break book. Get your copy now. Detailed strain reviews. Every purchase supports the ongoing efforts of CBG TV. Available from Amazon and at cbgtv.com or scan the QR code.
Garrett, I just sent you Ken's number in the chat.
Say bye-bye to bottled water.
Maybe you can
Holistic
give him a
Health
call
Water
and
has
walk
certified
you
medical-grade
through it,
water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline.
You barely get
There's
the commercials
a 5-micron
going right.
filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or
Don't
install
give me
under
the
your
finger,
sink.
you punk.
Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any machine in full and get an extra filter free. Change your water and change your life.
Yeah, Stoner Brains
Water.org.
but they might just confuse
Discover
you.
the natural path to wellness at Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Herbs?
With a passion for holistic health, we are your trusted source for premium herbs and concentrates.
Wait a minute, do they have weed?
Our dedicated team is here to guide you on your wellness journey. Open 7 days a week, 10 to 10, ensuring you have access to what you need when you need it most. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates is located
More
at
pot.
2941 Highway 11, Burnt Church, New Brunswick, Canada. If you need assistance anytime,
I need assistance. I need weed.
just call 506-871-4299. Tailored Herbs and Concentrates.
Where all the potheads go.
What was I doing?
Hey, it's
WTHC.
Billy Blaze.
Happy 420 to everybody.
The holistic cloud. R.I.P. to my man Derek Crow. I want to give a shout out to Calligraphy. My dude Means, little homie Manuel Noriega, Big Just, Rossi, Jack the Apostle, the League.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Big buzz till little crumbs broke up in the bottom. Feel like autumn leaves falling. Only problem needs solving is seeing who I'm calling for some trees to indulge in. Need to holler at Billy. He keep his head in the cloud. Bel Air Kush by the bush. Wow. Screaming loud. Still smoking. Having nice dreams floating through space. So when they ask me how high, my reply, I'm half baked. Sir, smoke a lot. Doctor said I need a bacchiotomy. Prescribe me huckleberry and lemon cherry gelato, G. I take it back to rolling in the Optimo. Blowing smoke out my nose. Dropping ashes on my clothes till I doze off. I'm so fried, no lie. Got you afraid of heights, scared to look down. You so high. Cause when I split that shit, it's like I lit that shit in the crowd. Pass it around and let you hit that shit.
Weed is all I need. Smoke that weed. Weed is all I need. Broke down leaves.
Only 6 days, guys. Make sure you get out over there in Ohio and vote. Yes on 2.
November 7, yes on 2, eh?
Smoke weed every day.
Roll that shit, make that shit, burn it. 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 Roll that shit, make that shit, burn it.
Good sunshine in my pocket on a Sunday stroll. Homie got the rap, give me the sack.
let the good times roll. Therapy, earth, body, and soul. World, give me beat, Bel Air Kush, give me mental control. L lit back road, bypass toll. The studio we roll, bring relief. Weed and music, all I need to know. Healthier than pill pop. Mother, give me herbs to fill spot. My medication can't do a kill shot. Many strands, lay hands in stressful situations. Out of all the girls in my life, Mary Jane, a reservation. Here at 23, raising hands in liberation. A celebration, history free from information. Stand up, provide the right education. Show love, holistic cloud, politics throughout the nation. Making us stop debating Billy Blunt, stash, flavor, taste the weed.
Weed is all I need, smoke that weed. Weed is all I breathe, broke down leaves. Rolled up in the leaf for my relief. I'm in love with the THC.
Yes.
Lick that shit.
Burn it.
Roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it, 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 roll that shit, lick that shit, burn it.
Believe, November 7th, believe. Get your asses down there and vote if you're in Ohio. Vote yes on 2. Yes on 2. Oh, Dr. High, we're back. How are you? Did you hear
you?
I'm doing good. Did you hear the new WTHC song?
I heard like a commercial. Oh, hold on. Surprise.
What the same hell is going on?
Ooh.
Woo! Dr. Harris coming this Friday.
Yeah, I just thought I would see if we could get that little one up there and let people know what's happening.
Now, you ready for more surprises?
Sure.
WTHC Radio is the perfect place for music and cannabis to come together. It's the perfect way to relax and unwind with the best tunes and the best bud. You can tune in from anywhere in the world, and you'll
Except
feel
for
like
Australia.
you're in the cannabis community. WTHC
community
Radio
guidelines.
is the perfect way to chill, and with the cannabis
Mrs. Hippie went off this
community
morning.
support, we're sure
Where?
to thrive.
She's singing.
That's Mrs. Hippie.
No. Mrs. Hippie, yeah, right. No, that is our friend Lee Hacker, DJ every day, 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. He created that last night while he was playing around doing.
I was going to say, his voice has changed since the last time I spoke to him.
He
must have had somebody. He must have had somebody under the desk giving him a good squeeze.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but man, it came out great.
It's very cool. I did hear it this morning.
Yeah, he was playing around and he came in. He was like, "You want a good laugh, hippie?" And I'm like, "Okay, it's like 7:00 in the morning, but I'm not ready for laughing yet, but whatever." And then he said, "Go up and play that," and I hit it. I was like, "I'm not laughing, man. I fucking love that." And I'm like, "How'd you do that?" And he was like, "I did it like AI," and then I guess he found another page or something that
He did it.
Yeah, that you could pick out the voices and they turn it into a lyrics and then they turn it into a song and put a beat behind it. And there it is.
So that's AI.
Something to that effect. Yeah. I mean, I was very sleepy. I was very sleepy at that time this morning.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I
cool.
told him to make more. Yeah. I told him to make more. I'm going to just play them all day. The hell with AC/DC.
Just leave in the who.
All right. You bet.
No, not that who. The HU.
Oh, the HU. The
Yeah.
hue.
Wolf Totem.
Ooh. All right.
Look how Garrett's making out with Ken.
Not good, because they're not here.
Oh, well, we shall see what happens.
All right. Well, we're here on CBG TV, our second day, and it is not going well. Al, I apologize. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of weird how that's working.
Yeah, it's like, no, but you know what? There's always a little bit of glitches. No offense, glitch. There's a little bit of issues in the beginning, and then from there, it's just going to be smooth sailing. It's just a transition time.
Yeah, it's just the
Ken,
we'll get it together.
We need to tell Ken to go to the nearest Panera Bread where they have free Wi-Fi, and then get in there and nice and warm, sit down and have free Wi-Fi.
There's Captain Kirk from last night.
Oh, yeah, Captain Kirk. He didn't have pointy ears, though.
No, that's Spock with the pointy ears.
He kept trying to tell me that, and I couldn't hear him, but I had an idea that's what he was saying. He was in the lead until the police officer came in. Woo!
Oh, wow.
Arrest me. Good Lord.
Even all the ladies wanted to be arrested. She was
a lot of people. I said more girls. I said I got my own little cult going on here with all these women that are into women over here. I'm like, yes, this whole plan is coming together.
And not a single one was high on the magic on the magic potion. So
right.
Did you have lots of kids come by your house last night, or was it mostly?
I never have
wild beasties from the forest.
I never have kids. I had one kid once, and he got bit by my dog.
Oh,
they said no more going there.
Now you got a sign at the end of your driveway.
I'm not waiting. I'm not playing around. I'm not waiting. There he is.
Hey, here we go.
Oh, I'm not waiting. I'm putting him back up there. There he is. Damn it. I'm not waiting. I'm putting him back up there. There he is. Damn it, he doesn't want to be up there.
It won't stay.
There he went. Everybody enjoy. That was it. Ken Estes, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh,
my goodness.
We're so close.
Oh,
we're so close.
He did that one himself. I didn't even do that one.
We're so close. It's me, hippie. Stop.
Oh, sorry, Garrett.
No, I think we're both pressing the button, Garrett. We're so excited.
No, I'll take the blame. Don't worry about it. I did it like 5 times. I'm the boss.
Well,
you don't tell me to stop, bucko.
We're on the verge.
We have a sighting. I think I've seen Ken Estes' box.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's not right. Sorry, ladies. Why are you frozen?
It's me, hippie. Stop. Stop.
Yeah.
Because it's Canada.
Oh, Canada. Speaking of Canada, if you're up there in the New Brunswick area, Burnt Church to be exact, head on over to Tailored Herbs and Concentrates. Tell them you want a Colt 45 and 2 zigzags, and you're going to get a free pre-roll instead. That's right. Just walk in, say Colt 45 and 2 zigzags, and you're going to get a free pre-roll. I'm not a singer.
I knew I heard that somewhere before.
I sang it this morning, I think, on the air at one point.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, maybe. Were you
Kyle
listening?
Says he's bummed out. Are you bummed out because you didn't win the candy, or you didn't make a good haul last night on Halloween, Kyle? Why is Kyle bummed out today?
I don't know. He's Kyle. He has some issues, you know. Some days he wakes up and he's in a great mood. Some days he wakes up and he's not so happy.
Yeah, I think that's probably the norm for a lot of people in this world.
Yeah, but Kyle has, you know, he got hurt in a bad car accident.
Yeah.
And, he wants to come up someday. We're going to have him up, Dr. High. He wants to come up so badly and tell his story.
That would be a good story to hear.
Yeah, because, you know, he's got photos and everything. I can go to his page and pull him up and then look at his page and we can look at his photos from when he was run over throughout his recovery. Yeah.
See the transition.
Yeah, he wasn't even a pot smoker.
At all?
No, beforehand, no, nope, never smoked. Was a just a very smart, good kid who doesn't pay attention to traffic very well.
Oh, well, it can happen to a lot of people. My wife.
Oh, shit happens, man. It was an accident. It was a horrible accident, and I'm just glad he's here to be my friend now. That's all.
Oh,
it was meant to be. He was meant to be our friend, Dr. High. He's here to learn and get knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's always asking good questions. We appreciate you, Kyle.
Ken has disappeared back into the vapor of internet space.
You know, we should have known. Yeah, I love you too, buddy. You should have known that he was going to have issues because we have a very hard time with our friend Seed Squatch. By the way, Seed Squatch, I meant to bring this up if you're still here. I meant I'll roll your joints, sir. I'll be your joint roller. I didn't mean you.
Yeah, if you'll be there, that's for sure.
Oh, Garrett's going to explain.
I like to roll. Afro Man is such a cool guy. I got to meet and shake his hand up in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Huh. Afro Man.
Well,
Afro Man.
He has potential to be a cool guy, I think.
How are we making out?
Okay, so I called Ken and I talked to Ken.
Yep.
And we got him into the studio, but his camera wasn't working. Sorry, Hippie. I was the one pulling him back down because we were just trying to get his camera going. And you were like, fucking A. And I'm like, stop it, Hippie.
All right, it's going on your write-up.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll take it.
Your monthly performance evaluation.
That's fine. So.
Oh, there you go. Now you flipped out.
Yeah, my phone's being dumb now. But he's gonna restart his phone, and then he's gonna follow my instructions to try to get back into the studio, and then we're gonna see if it works from there. I'm sorry, everybody, for all the technical bullshit. He said it was working, and then all of a sudden, it booted him out, and then it kept. And like he has an iPhone, and I don't know anything about fucking iPhones, and so
Me either. I do.
So I had
know a lot about them. They're garbage.
Yeah, he's like, well, what does the Safari icon look like? And I don't fucking know. So I just Googled the Safari icon, and I was like, it looks like a compass.
But he can't get in through Safari. He's got to go in through Chrome. Safari is not compatible with StreamYard. That's the whole problem.
That's the whole problem. Come on.
Yeah, that's why.
I almost was just going to see about having him talk to you because I was like, I don't fucking know anything about iPhones.
I had
the mouth.
The Google Chrome app.
This is not a child-friendly show, man.
His son
Look,
frustrating. I'm sorry.
The Chrome app for him.
Well, he said he was in Chrome, but it kept telling him to go to Safari, and then Safari kept telling him to go to Chrome. And so then I just had him to go through because I figured it was an iPhone, and so I just had him go through Safari. So that's my bad. But yeah. He said if he can't get back in, he's going to call me back, and then I'll just have him go through Chrome.
Yeah, because basically once you
tell him to go over Seed Squatch house and hang out, and we'll
no shit, right? Seed Squatch.
As soon as you click that StreamYard link, right, the email, it asks what browser you want to go through. So all your browsers pop up on your screen, and then you simply select it. So he should just have to choose Google Chrome. To keep it
Seed Squatch just said Safari works on his iPad, and like Ken was in the studio through StreamYard. It's just his camera wasn't working. Yeah,
no, I can't. So when I try to go on to StreamYard through Safari, it tells me that my browser isn't compatible with the StreamYard, so I can use Chrome, Firefox, or one other one. I don't remember what the last one is, but.
And so, I told him, I said, follow my, I was like, we're gonna hang up, restart your phone. Follow my instructions or whatever. Get back to the studio, and if you can't, just give me a call back, and I will. And hey, sorry, I was looking at the phone. Yeah, it's been a frustrating StreamYard morning.
Oh, Dr. High, you're so adorable.
It's been a frustrating Dr. High freezing morning. So. Yeah, hopefully he shows back up, or nope, sorry, Kelly. Hopefully he shows back up, or he calls me, and We'll fucking get him on the show today. Either way, even if it's for fucking 10 minutes, I swear, we're getting him on the fucking show today.
Even if we can just get the audio.
Right, yeah, that too. Oh, bye, Dr. High.
Now we lost him. We're crying out loud.
I'm Dr. High. No, I'm just kidding.
Dr. Garrett, how are you, Dr. Garrett? Welcome in.
Good, how are you, Da.Hippie?
I'm good.
Welcome to the Cannabis. No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't be Dr. High.
The Cannabis Chronicles.
So, how's everybody doing out there today? Sorry about all the bullshit. We had a really big show planned, and we were all fucking super excited. And then, yep. What do you do? We're trying.
I'm going to play a song. These guys are going to join me in Envy on November 6th, Monday. Why am I glitching out like this now? Monday, November 6th, we will have Bonsai, formerly known as Taco in the pre-rolls.
Great job, great Chris.
Taco and the Mofos.
I'm gonna get you high today. Marijuana mixed in memory.
Wow, you just leave in the middle of a show?
Did y'all miss me?
Just come back?
Yeah. My name's in the title, so I'm allowed to do that, no?
You missed it. I was trying to be you, but I didn't do a very good job.
So Kelly is heading to the dispensary tomorrow.
Me too.
Which dispensary are you heading to?
I want to get high with you.
Who is this, Hippie?
Got the zero.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
Me know where I keep my pre-rolls. All night I got a lighter cause I wanna get high with you. Before I take another step, I wanna get high with you. I got a pocket full of, 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 got a pocket full of, got a pocket full of.
Wait, Garrett, he's not listening.
Got a pocket full of,
got a pocket full of, I got a pocket full of, I get high with you. Today might be a bad day.
I will pick you a flower.
It's okay. All the stress just throw it away, and in the wind we're gonna blow that J. And this right here is just a matinee. Later on tonight we demonstrate, bumping sold out in a black Chevrolet, and I'm the man when I walk in the place.
You like sunflowers, right?
Well, they want you to pick you a flower, Kelly. I'll pick you a flower. Which dispensary again? See, and Tom missed me too. Chris missed me and Tom missed me, so that's a good start.
I got a pocket full of, I got a pocket full of, I got a pocket full of. Wanna get high with you. Wanna get high with you. That's all of you guys over there in the chat. I want to get high with all of you.
We want to get high with the world, Hippie.
We
want to get high with the world. We want the world to get high with us.
One person at a time. That's a lot of doobies.
Hold on, Al's sending me some information here.
I got a pocket full of. I'm hoping by Friday we'll have this whole thing figured out, and hopefully we can go do a good show.
Yeah.
I got a pocket full of. I got a pocket full of. Wanna get high with you. All right, Kyle, buddy, I will talk to you about it, sweetie. Don't make me come over there into the chat. WTHC. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into the Cannabis Chronicles here on CBGTV.
Yes.
I am so thankful for CBGTV for allowing us to be over here. I don't know where Garrett went, so I'm going to try to figure out how to run our next set of commercials.
Are we ready for them?
They probably do. All right, Dr. High, hold on to your seat. I think we're going to get thrown to the side here for a second.
Hold on. All right, I'm ready.
Hold on. Now everything's getting messed up. There, this.
Oh, I'm going to be vaporless very soon.
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry.
Oh, you didn't pick
If
this
you
one
need
because
some
I think
kick-ass
new one
puppets,
was burning.
contact Forge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Forge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
WTHC Radio presents.
Don't listen to this. Everything's changing.
Session with DJ Bodylocks from midnight till 4 a.m.
Bodylocks got fired last
with
night.
The Hacker from 4 a.m. to 8
Back
a.m.
in Lungs, who's got a new
Wake and
name.
Bake with Becca Beats from
Becca's
8
hours
a.m. until noon. The Cannabis Chronicles with
Cannabis
Da.Hippie and DoktorHigh from noon
That's
until
always
2
going to be
p.m.
solid. That one.
Afternoon Buzz with Da.Hippie
That
from
changed.
2 p.m. until 8 p.m. In the Clouds with Da.Hippie and NV from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. The Overcast with NV from 10 p.m. until midnight. WTHC Digital Broadcasting, made by stoners for stoners.
Absolutely.
Are you in the Ellensville or Middletown, New York area? Revamp your space with Collins Paints Ltd. Ugly walls? Let Collins Paints Ltd. add a splash of color to your world. Collins Painting is a veteran-owned and operated business. They can transform your space to whatever your heart desires. Say goodbye to the boring beige and hello to possibilities of bright and vibrant colors. The Collins Painting team are a group of skilled professional painters who will turn your vision into reality. Call Collins Paint Ltd. today to get a fast and easy quote. Available Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 845-869-8176.
Hey, Mrs. Hippie, why don't we take a ride to Dauphin, PA today?
Dauphin? What's in Dauphin?
Bella's Badass Crystals.
Oh, but I thought you hang out with them on Facebook and on TikTok.
That's only on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays. Today I want to go there and pick up all my great finds.
That sounds like a great road trip. That's Bella's Badass Crystals on TikTok and Facebook, but you can also find them at the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA. They are badass.
Everybody go down and get it. www.cbgtv.com now. WTHC. That's it for the commercials. If I knew how to get them down, that would be helpful. There they
Just
go.
hit remove.
I did it. I figured it out. I have 17 boxes down here. I had to figure out which one was the right
17 boxes.
You don't count them? 1, 2, 3.
I only see 6, but
5,
well,
6, 7.
Kyle, I was just looking at the comments, and Kyle says that he really wants to go on the show, and we need to think of a time. So while Hippie was playing the commercials, I was trying to figure out a time, Kyle, for you. So I've come up with November 9th from 12:33 to 12:37 p.m.
Right.
November 23rd from 1:06 to 1:11 p.m. And
right.
December 18th from 1:59 to 2 p.m.
That's not a good day. That's my sister's birthday, so I'm not going to be able to be here.
You're not going to be able to be there for that?
No, yeah.
So those are the 3 dates and times we have, Kyle. If you want to write them down and ponder which one would work best for you.
You're giving them the whole 4 minutes?
I'm sorry, Kyle. I'm just playing.
No, we're going to talk to you, buddy. We're going to get you up.
Yep.
All right. I you know what's funny is I said I'm going to go and look up some stories so we have stuff to talk about with Ken Estes. And
Right.
Then I didn't.
Trust me. When we get Ken in here, you won't have to look anything up to have a conversation. This guy knows.
And then I said, I'm not going to look anything up because we'll have plenty to talk to Ken Estes about.
I just wish we weren't having this problem getting him up.
He's not qualified for this position.
Well, I sent him some Al. Al was actually communicating with me in the background.
Oh,
and he offered a couple of suggestions. No, not yet. We got a couple more days maybe to make this thing happen, right? Eh?
Oh, God.
But so I sent that. I forwarded that over to Garrett. So with any luck, he'll get Ken through it. Why don't we perhaps, while we're waiting for Ken to come up, Kyle really wants to tell his story. Why don't we pop him in here and we'll talk with Kyle until Ken either arrives or, what do you think? Nah.
Not interested. Kyle, I think Kyle's on his way to work, actually.
Is he?
If he's not, I'm all about it.
Are you on your way to work, Kyle, or are you sitting at home? What's going on? Because it would be interesting to know about your journey. I know that you spend quite a bit of time with us here on the show, and now would be a good time to talk. You're on your way to work, or yes, you're at home?
Yeah, see, I was just going to say yes. Yes, I'm at home. Yes, I'm on my way to work.
Yes, 12:06 to 11:11 p.m. works good for me.
On the 18th. Oh, so
head to work. Oh, all right.
Well, you had your chance, buddy. You're out of luck. Just kidding, buddy. Curly Kel wants you to look up her dispensary, bro. Why don't you do that for her?
Well, I asked Curly Kel which one she was going to, and she said
she doesn't know. She wants you to find all 3 and find out which one has the good flower.
That's a lot of menu to go through. Then I got to look through 300 choices. Very difficult to make one.
It's just flower. It's just flower. It's not like she's going for a whole bunch. She wants a good hybrid that's going to get her high and give her a little bit of energy.
And I think a sativa leaning hybrid also, right?
Yeah, that's what she said. Something with that gives her a little bit of energy, but doesn't give her that anxiety. The other side is making her too sleepy.
Okay, give me the name of one of them, Kel.
Cure Leaf, she said. Probably Cure Leaf.
Cure Leaf.
Cure Leaf.
In Hudson Valley, right?
Yeah, somewhere up there.
Categories. Flower. What do they got? I just wish, you know what I mean? Because you see that the labels contain all the information you want, right? The cannabinoids, the terpenes, all that's there. But unfortunately, when they put these into the, when they put these in here, they don't this one's not bad. They got quite a bit of information there. That's not bad. But it calls it a hybrid, but it doesn't give you an indication of which way it leans.
But you should be able to tell from the terpenes, Dr. High.
Yeah, they weren't that. They didn't define it by terpene. They defined it by this will make you feel calm, happy, relaxed. You know what I mean? It didn't actually detail it. There.
Yeah, I don't like that. I've had that brand before. Calm.
And
is that an indica?
It was a hybrid, but it didn't show which way it leaned. So, and the other thing I'm finding here, which is a little bit bizarre, is that here I'm looking at lemon drip flower by Cure Leaf, whole flower, that says it's 18.82% THCA and 17.6% THC.
Dude, that
now, based upon that, you have a total like THC of over 36%, which is really not
amazing.
True. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, it's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, it's almost beyond belief. It's so amazing.
Why did they do that, Dr. High?
I don't know.
Is it just fake? Is it just fake news?
Well, it just doesn't make sense, right? And then here, when you go in and look at the
well, you know what I'm thinking, Dr. High?
What's that?
Let's get the phone hooked up and you can call them and ask them.
Yeah. Oh, now we could do this. We could have fun with this. Could we not have fun if we could set up a phone line?
I can. I'm just
call dispensaries.
Absolutely. I've been saying this
to the employees about their particular products.
The only thing bad is it comes up my name when I call, I'm sure.
Well, we need to set one up that doesn't identify. And then we can have little crank anchors moments with dispensary employees that know or don't know. We can congratulate the ones who are able to help us and are very efficient and effective at what they do. And we can razz on the ones who aren't.
Right.
Oh, we could be fun. But see here, this is so deceptive, right? Because if you look at it, this lemon drip flower, which is a Cure Leaf product, it shows hybrid 17.6 to 21.27% THC. And then it says 18.82% THCA. So if you go with their highest numbers, now we're approaching 40% THC, and it's just flower.
All right. You ready? Give me the phone number.
Oh. Hold on.
518.
I'm looking for contact us.
6551.
Oh, do they give a phone number? I'm not seeing a phone number. I think they only want you to email them because they don't want to be victimized by guys like us. No phone number.
Look up Cure Leaf. You don't have to call them. We can call their company.
Oh.
I'm looking at a website over here, and I want to know what this is all about. Let's go. Come on. I ain't got all day. I want weed, but I can't get it because
I want weed because I can't make a decision based upon your
based upon your lies.
Yeah. Okay, hold on here. Let's look up phone number. Cure Leaf. Okay, so more locations. Hudson Valley, 1-845.
Hold on. I went too fast. 845.
762.
762.
0110. Well, Kelly, it's not about the New York flower not being good. It's just about the website being
not able to be read.
Yeah, like not being able to be understood.
Filled with misinformation.
The way it's done, right?
All right, I'm pretty sure when I hit this button, you're going to hear it ringing. You're talking.
I can't hear them.
Yeah, it didn't work. Hold on. It was an answering machine anyway.
Oh. Yeah, very difficult to understand what they're doing here.
There you go. Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
All right, you're on.
Thank you for calling Cure Leaf in Hudson Valley. Our location serves New York State medical patients only. Our store hours are Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Please check our website, cureleaf.com, for up-to-date menu, promos, and to place online orders for in-store pickup, curbside pickup, or delivery. We accept cash, debit, and can pay for payment. There is also an ATM on site if needed. For your first-time visit as a medical patient, please bring a valid government-issued photo ID, your medical cannabis certification, and your New York medical card. If you would like more information on caregiver ordering and pickup, please press 1. For more information on online ordering and delivery, please press 2. For more information on getting your medical cannabis card, please press 3. For more information on signing up for text and email updates, please press 4. If you would like to hear the latest on our measures to maintain your safety during the COVID-19 crisis, please press 5. For more information on a recent application submission, please press 6. If you would like to speak to a representative from the dispensary, please press 0.
They probably won't even talk to me because I'm not a medical patient.
Oh, maybe. Here we go. Here we go.
You are at queue position 1 in the queue.
Well, this would be interesting to see how that plays out.
I hit more information. I was gonna hit 2, but then I hit 0.
Yeah.
We're the only one in the queue, so we should be getting answered any second now.
We shall see.
As soon as they get done smoking.
I mean, I don't understand.
I have a name. It's Da.Hippie. He has one. It's DoktorHigh.
You are at queue position 1 in the queue.
In the queue. Yeah, hi, you're on live with the Cannabis Chronicles.
Hudson Valley, how can I help you?
Yeah, hi. How are you today?
Not so bad. Yourself?
I'm doing okay, thanks. I'm trying to help out one of my family members. I'm actually a cannabis educator, and I have a family member that comes to your dispensary as a patient. And she asked me if I would take a look at your menu online and help her determine which product might be the best for her when she comes in tomorrow. And I'm wondering if you could clarify something for me. I'm looking at your lemon drip flower, and as I'm looking at the details, it's showing that it's a hybrid, but it doesn't indicate whether it's a sativa leaning hybrid or a indica leaning hybrid, and there is no terpene information that I can see on the website. So I'm trying to figure out, first of all, if you can tell me whether it's an indica leaning or a sativa leaning hybrid, because she doesn't respond well to the indica hybrids.
Okay. While I want to address first and foremost that our website doesn't, for the most part, display terpene info. That is going to be a feature coming soon. The website is going through a lot of change right now, but it has not yet been implemented fully.
Okay.
As far as that lemon drip, I can actually tell you just off that one is in particular is a dominant hybrid.
It is a sativa dominant, hence why they would call it lemon drop, right? Because it's probably higher in limonene and it's more citrusy.
Yes, I do believe that one's pretty high in limonene.
Perfect. The other question I have for you is that as I'm looking at the numbers here, it's showing that the THC range is between 17.6 and 21.27% THC. But then it also has next to it THC at 18.82%, which is a bit confusing, right? Because that would really make this strain, total cannabinoids, somewhere in the 36 to 39% range, which we know is probably not the case. So would you be able to give me a better idea of the actual breakdown or how I'm to read on the website that information?
So the website is, this is the easiest way to say it. On most of those products, they show the THCA value. Sometimes it will be just a single number, and sometimes you will have a small range. And what that means is that there are multiple batches in stock.
Yeah.
If it just says THC, you definitely take that as pretty close to true value. It was decarb tested, and that's usually what that means.
Okay.
However, a lot of products aren't going through a pre-decarb in this page anymore, so that they can just display the THCA value.
Right.
THCA and THC are the exact same thing, two different stages in their life cycle.
Yeah, absolutely they are, because they all convert. Just THC hasn't dropped the carbolic acid yet, THCA, and which would happen over time, right, through the drying process and that. So you always have a very small percentage of THC.
No, not through the drying process. The decarb process is a little bit, because the decarb process, when you're talking about, happens when you set it on fire. You can decarb it in the oven and use it for purposes, but the decarb process does not happen over time.
Okay.
Let me say this the right way. It happens with temperature. You have to get, like, cannabis products over a temperature. Like, I make edibles sometimes just for fun, and I use concentrate products to do that with.
Yes.
And with those concentrate products, because they're not pre-decarbed, the very first step is to put them in the oven, and I'll usually do 450 degrees for about 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, because they're not activated yet, because most of the processing of concentrates is done under cold conditions, right, or under vacuum, where the conditions.
Yes, either done under cold conditions or done under chemical conditions, which creates the cold.
Exactly. All right, then. I appreciate your help today. Thank you very much. You're quite knowledgeable, and I will continue to look at your website from the way that you suggested I read it, and I will advise my family member, and they'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I do actually want to give you one more little piece of advice real quick before.
Please.
There is another website that I will send you. It's called allbud.com. Allbud is a third-party website. They are not all directly affiliated with Curaleaf. However, it's one of my personal favorite resources, finding out very specific certain strains. So what you could do is go straight to Google or straight to the Allbud website and just type in lemon drop strain. It will not only bring up that strain's genealogy, tell you what its parent strains are, but it will also usually tell you most commonly testing terpenes are.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Nothing else for you guys?
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. No, your time was excellent. Thank you so much.
Anytime at all. You guys have a good day as well. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you.
You were supposed to rip into him.
Well, there wasn't really too much to rip into him on. You know?
I don't know. Mislabeling still. I feel like that's not right.
Well, the way he explained it, they're not really mislabeling, because when you talk about cannabis is tracked by batch number, that's 100% true. So basically in stock right now, they have anything that runs from 17.6 to 21.27%. And when they're showing that 18 and change THCA, in the 21.27% batch, you could really have that 18% something THCA and then the other 3% be THC, right? So then it does make sense. It's just the way that they're laying out the website that is confusing.
I was going to ask you this the other day, and I forgot.
Yeah.
So, and now I guess we kind of answered it right there. But so when I'm rolling up this THCA and then I light it, as it burns, it's turning into THC.
Yes.
So the whole way down the joint until it gets to my mouth.
Yeah. But the problem is, when you're smoking joints,
it's fucking crazy.
Part of the problem is, you ever notice, like, if you smoke a 1 gram joint, you get so high, but you can get just as high from a smaller bong hit, right? Like let's say a third of a gram or a quarter of a gram. You can get as much head feel from that bong hit as you would if you smoked the whole 1 gram of the joint.
I guess
part of the reason that will occur is that the THC becomes a vapor at a little over 400 degrees, right around 420. But the heater on the joint is more around 700 degrees. So the actual decarboxylation is occurring, just a little bit before where you're actually combusting. So when you smoke joints, you really only get about 25% of the available THC that's in that joint, right? So if there was 100 milligrams of THC in the joint, then you'd only be able to get 25 milligrams of it.
So now, wait a second.
You have 100 milligrams in the joint, but yeah.
Now, wait a second. If a lot of my containers have been coming way more THC lately. I mean, THCA and a lot less THC, like 3% THC, 21% THCA.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to make edibles from that, I would have to decarb it first.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, in the old days, we didn't have to. Well, I mean, I guess we still had to decarb it, right? I mean,
yeah, just people weren't aware of it, right? Like we didn't know when we were young. We didn't know, and then if you put it,
I cooked banana peels in the goddamn microwave. We didn't know nothing.
What's up, Raggy? How are you? How's everything in the UK today? Yeah, it's decarbing is necessary for making edibles, right? Whether you're using a concentrate, except if you're using distillate. Distillate doesn't need decarboxylation because the decarboxylation has occurred in the process of distilling your crude to bring back the distillate.
Now that you brought up distillate, let's get on to that subject for a second here.
Sure.
I'm really, we had Kerry up here and we talked about putting it in my butt.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk about that, but I am really contemplating picking up a half a gram
and trying it in your belly button.
And trying it in my belly button.
It's an expensive experiment, but.
Well, I'm not going to put the whole, but do you think I should put the whole half gram? What do you think I should put? A piece of rice size? I mean, that's what they told us in the beginning, right? And then I was like,
for you, I'm not sure that the size of a grain of rice would be appropriate for you because you have
the size of a grain of rice would get caught up in the belly button hair and never even get in there. I mean,
maybe. But I just think that your tolerance is much above that. Like that grain of rice would be,
I agree.
For somebody who doesn't have any real experience with cannabis at all. So it's a good starting point, right? For somebody who doesn't have a system that's already already contains the cannabinoids that you or I would have in our system already. So you would have to try higher, but I mean, a half a gram would be a lot. But I think if you did the size of a grain of rice, you'd never realize or understand whether, in fact, you could use it that way, right? So, we were close.
I put him up and I pulled him back down so I don't get yelled at by freaking Garrett again.
Oh,
fuck's sake!
Yeah,
guy's been working here a day. He's already yelling at me, giving me the finger, cursing me out. I don't know what the hell.
I would say to you, if you are going to make this test, that perhaps you should use 100 milligrams.
Whoa.
So if you buy half a gram, you should use 1/5 as your test. Because at 100 milligrams, your distillate can probably run anywhere from, 70
to 100,
80 to 90 milligrams of THC.
Right.
Which would be a pretty decent dose for a lot of people if you were able to ingest it orally and get the effect. So that would be more realistic, I think, for you.
Yeah.
As a test, right?
I'm going to buy a half gram, I think, and I'm going to try it.
Well, I think you should try 100 in the belly button, see if it works.
And if it don't, then I
try 100 rectally and see if it works. And then you still have 300 left.
Mississippi said she's not going to put it in my butt.
Oh, you just have to get that syringe close by and sit down in your chair.
I don't want to.
Your weight will do the rest. Get that plunger going for you.
Zen Wushu says he needs 2,000 milligrams.
What's up, Zen Wushu? How are you? Let's run our Zen moment.
I would love to, but I don't have it, and your fucking friend is nowheres to be found.
Well, let's see if I can pull it up without. We have your Zen moment of the day coming up here. Just waiting for it to pop.
I think that's my issue. I think edibles might work. I just need to eat 2,000 milligrams. Now that I've lost my gallbladder, maybe not, because you said gallbladder has a lot to do with it, right?
Well, that wasn't me that said that, but I believe it was Carrie that was telling us that the gallbladder was part of the issue. Okay, hold on here.
Why are you having anxiety, Curly Kel? Ow!
This a why your name ganja, ganja, ganja. High grade ganja, ganja, ganja. It a be bomb ganja, ganja, ganja. Smoke sensiblia. This a why your name ganja, ganja, ganja. High grade ganja, ganja, ganja. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Police helicopter. 見下ろすマリワナ。南向きの斜面に沿って取り締まるんだ。ジョーカスモーカまた効果フォーカ大人になりきれないアイマストーナガンジャマン俺はガンジャマン煙に今の真実を問うやねんガンジャガンジャガンジャハイグレードガンジャガンジャガンジャ
And that's our man, Zen Wushu.
Zen Wushu with
another great
moment of the day. Thank you. Thank you, Zen, for being a part of our friends and family.
We love what you do. Yeah, we love what you do. So 2,000 milligrams, really, Zen? You consume 2,000 milligram doses, or when you're using edibles, what do you actually take for yourself to find that feeling that you're looking for? I'd be curious because I tend to believe that you probably use a fair amount of cannabis in your life, not just for the videos.
That's not all. That's fake stuff that he uses in the videos.
Oh, okay.
Ken should be coming shortly. Yeah, so is Christmas.
No, it's it's the technology. What are we gonna do, right?
Fucking Garrett.
It ain't Garrett's fault.
I blame Garrett for everything.
Nice.
Hi, Fable.
Did Garrett actually shoot a finger?
Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Estes. Thank you very much, hippie.
Ken,
fuck you, hippie. Fuck you.
Right, get out of here, kid. Ken, thank you so much for joining us.
How are you?
Ow! Ow!
Well, I'm Dave, Ken. We talked on the phone.
Your guy did it.
Yeah, and this is my partner to him. Yeah,
right. I did it, man. I mean, I didn't do it.
How did you find
what you guys been doing? What's up?
Smoking for you.
I don't even know.
You don't even know how it worked out?
What was that?
How you got in. You and Garrett figured it out at least, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, great. I love that flashing lights and I love what that's just too cool. I used to have a little smoke room in my house that looked just like that.
Nice.
Yes. This is my smoke room.
Smoke room, studio.
Yeah, but it used to be my laundry room.
Yeah,
it used to be in my laundry room. I had black light posters
bathroom now.
Nice. So, Ken, now that you're finally with us, thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. It's been a bit of a challenge, but now that we've been able to get you here the first time, we're going to have to get you back so we can get the whole experience with you, because this will be a bit short. But can you tell us a bit about how you came to cannabis? How it was that you first came to try cannabis?
Well, it's a great story because that's really what my conversion was, instant. But I was in a motorcycle accident when I was 18 years old, and I was paralyzed from the neck down. And in the hospital, in the rehab in Vallejo, they had me with a bunch of pills, and I was 18 though. I did whatever they said. I was scared I was scared to death. Paralyzed the neck down. What am I going to do now? Well, I'll take whatever you got. But they were killing me. And one time I was outside, about the gurney pushed, the nurse pushed my bed outside to get some fresh air. And there were Vietnam vets, missing limbs, horribly disfigured, sitting around smoking weed. I thought, what? And he said, hey, come over here. And I looked up at my gurney. I looked up at my nurse. He said, yeah, why not? And I thought to myself, why not? I'm taking all these pills. So I went over in that circle and they passed me my first joint, 1976. And I took a hit. My life changed. I said, what are you guys doing? You're killing me here. In fact, the next, I told the nurse, push me to my room. Thank you, everybody. Push me to my room. I went right to sleep. First time in 6 months, I slept early, slept all night. Woke up in the morning, and what do you think I wanted?
Another opportunity to try that magical plant.
Good afternoon, Mike.
Well, I found out, I really found out that when you're suffering and you're ill, you need two things to recover: sleeping and eating. If you can't sleep and you can't eat, you're in trouble. And that was really where I started saying to myself and telling others, this herb is medicinal. Yeah, right. Your weed's medicinal. Oh, brother, no one took me serious, except nurses, except seriously disabled people, because they knew.
They knew already.
Anyway, that was the first time I smoked. I have smoked ever since. In fact, they thought I was going to an old folks home. And once I started smoking, I started getting some confidence and I think I can live like this. I used to go out in the parking lot and hide between cars. Finally, my friend came and picked me up, and I just left the rehab. I'm not staying here. I got my own apartment and learned how to live like this. And cannabis was my best friend. I've had some great dogs that were my best friends, but between my dogs and cannabis, I've been in love ever since.
Well, the cannabis probably allowed you the opportunity to actually interact with the dogs, eh?
Hey, dogs love cannabis too, unless they eat too much. One time I thought my friend stole my weed. I said, wait, you took my weed, where's my weed? And then we found his dog passed out in the backyard. I said, oh, your dog ate my weed.
Now you're the original breeder of the Grand Daddy Purple strain, which is probably the most recognized medicinal strain of cannabis there is, correct?
I think it is, yeah. I've been smoking for years. I had skunk, Panama Red, Colombian Gold, Thai Stick. I had all the best. And I was always disappointed for years until I found the Grand Daddy Purp. And I bred the Grand Daddy Purp and came up with Ken's GDP. But the Grand Daddy Purp was actually given to me from the Indians in 2003. So I've had other strains, a little bit of purple. I had the Urkel and I had other strains, some Buddha Thai that had a little bit of purple in there. But it wasn't until the native, and they called it their medicine. It was their purple medicine. It was a small yielder, small plant. That's why the commercial industry didn't like it. That's why the growers didn't like it. In fact, I'm still getting pushback from big farmers who say, I can only get like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds out of yours, and I can get 3 to 4 pounds out of this other stuff. Why am I going to grow yours? So I think it's just a few of us still growing my Grand Daddy Purp, just because it's not the big commercials production.
But, I think it's more important that it's an effective strain as opposed to the yield of the strain. The effectiveness of it has to be the priority. And I know that, unfortunately, a lot of cultivation now is about the money. But, I mean, they should be looking out for the patients, right? Before they should be looking out for the money.
I would think so, but come on. Recreational is taking the lead. I knew recreational was right behind me. I was fighting the law. I knew if I sat in front of a jury in my wheelchair and I told them that cannabis is saving my life and the pills were killing me, that a jury's going to understand that. So I fought like that. But Oh, what did you just say? I was responding to something you just said, and I
forgot. We were talking about how the commercial side of cannabis is kind of not thinking about the patient need because they're more concerned with the yield than they are about the quality of the medicine that they're producing.
Yeah, correct. And they're still doing that. I have a couple people I work with big farms, and they say, well, we don't really want to, we'll grow a small batch for you, but we're not going to do a lot because it's not a big yielder. And it's just, it's just the same thing. It's been going on for years. So that's, when I got the Grand Daddy Purp, I knew what I had. I had the best medicinal strain out because I'm a smoker. I know weed from Canada to Amsterdam and back, and I knew all the players, Ben Dronkers and everybody. And so when I hit that pot, my life changed. In fact, the night I got it, here's how I got the Grand Daddy Purp. I just sold 30 pounds and I made $30,000. And I went over to my friend's house, Charlie, at midnight to celebrate. And right before midnight, I saw him coming out of his house with his wife and his 3 kids. And they were in tears. I said, dude, what's up? And then some bankers, some suits came out. We're behind on our house and they're taking our house. I said, oh my God, how much you owe? 29,000. I said, dude, I just made 30 in 2 hours. Tell the bankers to come here. And I was convicted. God said, pow, I'll pay that. And it saved their home. And 15 minutes later, they were walking back into their house. The next day, Charlie calls me and says, Ken, the medicine man up here wants to give you something. I said, what? Some bomb purple. Ken, it's the best. And I thought, okay, all right. I'll be up there. When? I went up to right across the street from Bembo, up there in Garberville. And I went up there. In fact, I used to have property on Reed Mountain that the feds took, but that's another story. So I went up there and he brought me up the first pound, and they were having a ceremony down there. And he says, I mean, they want to thank you for you helping me and my family, but you can't, there's no white man that's been down here to the ceremony. So you can't come down here, but we'll bring you the pound. Brought me the first pound, shined a bright light on there, bing, in my truck. I said, oh my God, what is this? I opened it up. The smell was Grand Daddy Purp. You know that smell. So unique. The terp of the century. I love that. Chocolate, fresh coffee. It's just beautiful. So then when I tried to pull the bud off, it was like Velcro, all stuck together. I could have held the corners of the bag and let that pound roll out. It was like a bowling ball. Then I said, but, I don't know. There's a lot of things look great. Let me sample it. I took out my little glass pipe, put in a little bud, lit it. Oh, the flavor, the high instantly. Oh my God, I knew that I had something. I went down to the Bay Area and I emptied out all my gardens. We're only growing this. People said, you're crazy. We're only growing one strain. That'll never work. Grand Daddy Purp took over Oakland, the Bay Area, for 10 years. I remember all the fighting on the streets in Oakland, right over there by Coliseum, right, and now every single building down there is a cannabis grow. But I remember that these guys quit warring. The streets quit fighting. Everybody realized they could grow Grand Daddy Purp, they're going to make more money. So everybody ran back to their warehouses, back to their houses, and started growing Grand Daddy Purp. And it blew up in the Bay Area. I mean, I got lucky. I didn't know that was going to happen. But I knew that I found the best medicinal strain. So that's one of my Grand Daddy Purp stories.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's super cool, eh?
That's awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. Holy shit.
And then you've gone on since then to crossbreed Grand Daddy Purps to other things and create new medicinal strains that have won some cannabis cups, no?
Correct. Yeah. I've won about 14 cannabis cups with Candyland, Grand Daddy Purp, Ken's GDP. It's been going on. Yeah. I was just lucky, man. I can't believe it. As a young man reading High Times, and now I'm on the cover of High Times, and now I'm inside pages of High Times, and now Grand Daddy Purp is this. I mean, it really turned me into a legend in the cannabis industry. Yeah. Before that, I was really an activist. I fought for disability rights. I fought for cannabis rights because I knew that cannabis should be for the people and for the patients at least. With your dying, you want some good, strong oil. If you're suffering, you know who first fought this movement? Were AIDS patients in the 80s.
Yes.
I joined them in the fight.
Yeah,
And
I
I was
was
like the
working in
only
a hospital.
heterosexual. Every time
Yeah, I was
Go ahead.
working in a hospital, and I remember them all talking and fighting for in that early 80s, late 80s, and they were fighting for the marijuana cause, and I didn't even recognize what they were doing. But yeah, now that you mention it, yeah.
Well, I mean, there are some benefits
Yeah,
of
they
cannabis.
started it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For AIDS because of the
they're
weight
big.
gain syndrome and things like that, right? So good to stimulate the appetite, allow people to sleep, help them deal with the anxiety of the situation, right? I mean, that was a horrible thing to get AIDS back in the early 80s. It was a death sentence, you know? So
Do you remember the films and the pictures? I mean, these people were suffering. They were like losing all their weight. They were so skinny and they were
Skinny
crying in
little
pain. And
bones.
I remember
Yeah.
Brownie Mary.
Yeah.
Brownie Mary was giving them brownies. And then the police arrested Brownie Mary. And up here in the Bay Area, we all showed up, and that was my first protest. I went out to San Francisco, and then Brownie Mary spoke. And then, who was that great attorney in San Francisco? Well, there's been a few. But Tony Serra. He was the marijuana attorney, really. And Tony came out to the media and said, we found a law from 1900 whatever. We found a law that says if you have a substance that works for you and your ailment and the government hasn't legalized it yet, you have a right to it. It's called the patient's rights or something. Anyway, I remember the article that they wrote about in the paper because I cut that article out because that was like telling me, hey, this is for patients. Medical Necessity Act. It was the Medical Necessity Act. So I actually turned that into the first cannabis card ever. I laminated it and I carried it in my car. And a few times, because I was a trapper. I hauled weed up and hauled weed down. That's how I made my money. And so I want to make sure if I got pulled over that maybe I can talk a cop into realizing this is medical by showing them that card.
Right.
And it actually worked twice. But then a couple other times they took me in jail, yeah. But it did work a couple times, showing a cop and watching him say, well, if this works for you, I'm going to let you go. One time they pulled me over and said, your car really smells. I said, you have weed in there? I said, yeah, right here. I opened up the middle container. And he said, give me that. And I gave him like 3 big nugs. I thought, those are choice Grand Daddy Purp nugs. I didn't say that. I thought that. But I watched the cop in my side mirror. Go all the way back to his car. He came all the way back to my car and handed me a baggie with my buds in it. Said, here, at least keep them in a baggie.
Keep it fresh.
Isn't that something?
Oh, the stories we could tell. And if this all blows up and goes to hell, I
want to know what the ones that take it with them.
Some hotel.
The ones they make me crush it on the ground.
Oh no, I'll tell you that. No, dude, I can tell you about that. I went to court in Concord. They stole 22 pounds of purple from my house in Concord. So I was going to sue them. We went to court. The judge said, okay, I'm looking here on this paperwork and it says 2 pounds. You only have 2 pounds? And my attorney stood up and said, no, 22 pounds. And he says, right here, it says there's only 2 pounds. But it's written down 22. The judge hit his gavel on the desk. Case dismissed.
Yep.
Yeah, what are you guys stealing my fucking weed? What, did you have a big cop? You have a big cop birthday party and you had to have the GDP?
No, that happens.
So
of course
they do take. They do take your weed, yes.
And they $10,000 in the bag with his cannabis when they did the inventory in court. The $10,000 wasn't mentioned. My friend says to his lawyer, "Hey, 10 grand in there." You know what I mean? And this come up in court, and right away it was dismissed. As soon as that came out that the $10,000 went missing, he was dismissed. It was over. So, yeah,
it happens. You would be surprised how many times that happens. That their numbers are not what it is once we I mean, from money too. So I know they're stealing. I mean, I should not say this. I like the police, not the bad ones. I like having law enforcement. I like when someone comes up to my house in masks and guns and they're banging on my door. I like to be able to call a cop. So, but they gotta be able to be checked. You can't let them run unchecked because they still have that whole criminal element. That criminal element isn't with the police, is with our politicians. It's with big business. It's, everybody has a choice. Do you want to deceive people? Do you want to do bad business to make more money? Or do you want to treat people right? We know what's been happening for years. It's time to turn it around. People used to say, you hippies. That's what he used to call me. You hippies. I had long hair and a beard. You hippies. Well, what's wrong with a hippie? What's wrong with us? We're saying peace and love, brother. What's wrong with us? You smoke that fucking devil's lettuce. Excuse my language, my folk. But you guys know the whole story. How long have we been persecuted and prosecuted? Well, that shit's going to change because education is the next level. So let's educate everybody. Let's talk about it. That's the only way we can get there. Because if you've noticed, a lot of our rights are going backwards. That's got to stop. This will go. Oh no!
They are.
There I am.
Yeah.
Cannabis will. We're going to be challenged with cannabis again. It's going to go away if we don't stop and fight and stand up to the liars. Like, what is that? That's the alcohol company, tobacco company, pharmaceutical companies. That's who we fought with. I saw that years ago. That was the one. And Big Pharma. They do not want us because they know I said 20 years ago, the next billionaires are coming from cannabis. But it's going to be one heck of a fight. And we're going to be the ones who are going to be put a lot back and show a new way of running your business.
Yeah.
Treating your workers and getting good product to the patients. But you know what? Have you guys noticed the price go down? Is the price of an indoor pound $2,000? Then why are the eighths still $65 an eighth?
Right.
Come on, you people with stores selling weed. Drop that price. I know what you're paying. I know what you're paying for a pound. Stop it. Should be none should be over $50. Nothing.
No, and we saw that here in Canada.
I'll get off my soapbox. I'll get off my soapbox.
No. We have you here because
you stay on that soapbox, sir. You stay on that soapbox as long as you can.
Yeah, because we're in full agreement with you, Ken. You and
I can't help it.
We spoke on the phone for a good hour the other day, and it was like gas and matches. You know what I mean? Like we were meant to talk. We were meant to. And your story is so interesting. Can we go back to some of the advocacy you've done? Because you started advocating for the disabled very early in time, and then you took your knowledge that you learned from that work and kind of transitioned your to include cannabis access also, correct?
Well, yeah, I didn't know cannabis was going to. Once I saw it breaking, I saw legalization breaking on the wave way out in the distance. I knew it was coming. So I prepared, but I had already been preparing. And I was hoping it was going to happen. But I was more involved in the disability rights. I worked with Dan O'Hara in the 70s. When I was in my rehab in Vallejo, Dan O'Hara, this old rough, grumbly Irish guy, Ken, what you doing? I said, what's your story, Dan? Oh, I came to Oakland from Ireland, and I was in the bathroom, and someone hit me in the back of the neck and broke my neck. So he was in a wheelchair as well. He wheeled his wheelchair from California to Washington, D.C. Wow. And I remember years ago, we all covered it. His dog even got hit by a car. He called me that day crying, Dad, my dog was killed. Someone did it. I said, oh, fuck, Dan, no way.
Wow.
But he wheeled all the way there. And from that point on, when he went to speak to the council over there in Washington, D.C., they all agreed to now do the ADA, that curb cuts, handicap parking, wheelchair ramps, stalls and bathrooms. All that came from that hard work. And then Dan died. But anyway, we did do a lot, and that's where I cut my teeth. I watched Dan. I watched how to do it. I went to city council meetings, went to people to donate, Safeway or whoever, to donate turkeys, to donate whatever, to disability people who wanted to have Thanksgiving dinner. A lot of disabled kids, and we'd get a hotel room, and they'd all be invited, and we'd serve them dinner. And we used to have Joe Starkey and other people speak, some famous people. Anyway, that was where I was a young man, but I had my eyes wide open.
Right.
And then I just went about my life. I had my tanning salons. I grew my weed. I made my money. I had fun. And then I saw Brownie Mary on the TV. And I went, I'm jumping in now, people. Rest is history.
Never look back.
No, you can't look back. You gotta blaze the trail.
Yeah, no, that's it. So when you were after you had your Grand Daddy Purps and you started working with other strains, was there as great of a knowledge back then of terpenes and things like that? Were people looking at developing strains based upon their ability to target certain types of medical conditions like pain or anxiety or anything like that? Or were people aware of that back in the early 2000s, the breeders and the growers?
Hold on. A hang glider. I should turn my phone that way. A hang glider with a seat and a propeller behind him just came right over my house.
Oh, geez.
Just flying with he has that canopy, and that was weird. My dog's barking, and I got.
It's probably law enforcement looking for the green.
We took the helicopters away from them.
That's right.
Nowadays they all drone it. We're all droned. Right. We're all droned now. I see the drones hovering up above me sometimes.
Do you really?
And it's like, oh yeah, I grow cannabis. Yeah.
What are
I still grow medically. I don't grow commercially. I grow medically.
Right.
And I fight with the government here, saying, no, I'm not getting your license. I'm growing medically. We already have that license.
What are you allowed to grow legally, Ken? How many plants?
Depends on how big you got. There are big farmers jumping way in. You guys know that. Up here in Lake County, the people who get their license the fastest is not the home grandma or grandpa or young man who's trying to get his 1 acre. It's big pharma buying 100 acres and putting up 10-acre grows.
Okay.
So they're totally, kind of ruining the price for all of us. So many people are jumping out of this business now because they can't make it. But I'm blessed and lucky. I have a strain and something people are seeking. But if you have to start all over on this and fresh, it's a hard road to toe right now.
Yeah,
but we'll get it better, everybody. It's going to get better.
Well, that's it. Because right now the big pharma's kind of pushing out the craft producers, and sadly, the craft producers are where the really good quality and the innovation comes from, and the people who have the passion, the knowledge, the experience to create these new strains that have the potential to do, wonderful things for people. But big pharma just wants to come in there and produce and produce and produce and distribute this product, flood the market with it. It's just we need to maintain that craft level of cultivation. That's what we need to kind of try and protect, right?
Correct. Well, I think it's like wine and like beer and the craft. I mean, that's kind of where it's been. Big business took it over for a while, but the craft growers, the better quality gets the better prices. People want that better. They realize you do a better job when you're not big pharma, when you're boutique grandma or boutique grower. That's where so that is going to surface. That's going to be a part. I don't know how big of the piece of the pie. Maybe half the pie is commercial and the other half is or big pharma and the other half is. But we're going to carve ours up in. We're going to get ours in there. Boutique will be here. We have better quality. Look at people like Ted's Buds and other people who do these limited drops and beautiful crosses. And it's like, this is what we have. This is what we do. And if you want it, buy it. And they sell out. So it is where the market's not there yet, but that's what us growers and us connoisseurs, we know that that's where it is going, because I get the best. I go to cookie stores and I'll buy, a bunch of the high-end stuff just to see what it's about. That's why I get pissed off about $65 and $70 an eighth, because I know what they're doing. they're growing it for less and they're buying it for even. Why is it at this price? It really pisses me off. But sometimes I grab 6/8 of their best shit. I come to my house, I put it all out, and I begin sampling it. Spend a couple days trying to. I eventually give it away and go back to my local stuff grown here that people give me free. So what's going on with people not knowing how to breed? They have ruined our genetics by overbreeding without doing any kind of stabilization, backcrossing, strengthening your genetics, going for the traits you're wanting and developing them, strengthening them, taking them to the level you want. You can't do it in 3 months. It's a year to 2 year process.
Yeah, it takes years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it can take a really long time to do that. So this is something I'm curious about, and perhaps you might be the right person to answer. Now, there are times to start from seed, and then a lot of people grow from clone. But what do you think is the longest you should actually cut clones from one, you know what I mean, from one genetic before you revert back to the original seed to start the next cycle? Would it be, could you do it indefinitely, or should you only really, cut clones from one particular plant 4 times or 6 times? Do you have any kind of insight on that?
Well, you can kind of tell by your genetics. If your genetics are getting watered down, or if they're beginning to weaken, the plant begins to what I call unwind. The tight nugs are not as tight. Certain things, you can tell when a plant starts weakening. So what you need to do is you need to either remother it. Nowadays, we got tissue culture.
Yes.
I put Grand Daddy Purp and Candyland in tissue culture, and it came out healthy and vibrant, and the waxy leaves and the defined lines on the leaves, and it just came out beautiful again. So a plant is like humans, like life. They wear out when you overwork them. So you have to learn how not to overwork your genetics, which is what I hope all you growers will start to do today. Understand that. Don't overwork those genetics. They're talking to you. The plant talks to you. Years ago, we didn't have all the science, and we sounded crazy. But the plant communicates with us. It tells me what it needs, whether it's nitrogen or phosphorus or, it'll tell me pH. It'll tell me.
Yeah.
But you have to have a relationship with it, like a relationship with your dog. I can watch my dog's motions and looks in his eyes and face. I know what he wants. He'll come to me in the morning. I'll look at him and say, "Oh, you need water? All right, I'll get up. Let's go." So the plant is it's a different communication, but those of us who communicate and connect with our plant, we know the plants are somehow connecting with us. I love my plants, I can't lie. I love looking at them.
Yeah.
Playing music for them. And then they deliver with great smoke. And then I do it again. I mean, what a great life, right?
Yeah. No, it's so true, because we talk on this show different times, and me, I'm not a cultivator. I've done a lot of growing, but it's not where I'm passionate, right? I'm more passionate about extraction and product manufacture. But I've been lucky enough to work with some really incredible growers who have that passion like you do. And it's so true. I've said it before in this show. To be a great cultivator, you have to feel your plants. You have to love them and know them. And you guys just know what it needs, right? You can walk into a room and identify quite quickly when something is off. And then with a little closer inspection, you can figure out what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you gain knowledge. And the more you're with it, the more you spend time with anything. I mean, there's a book called The 2-Second Advantage, and which the book is really about gaining knowledge no matter what you're going to do about what you're going to do. Like you guys putting your show on, you probably did a little bit of research. You looked into it, you kind of started, and then we figure shit out. It's all a learning process. Same with cannabis and growing. So I grow grapes too. I have some beautiful purple grapes up here. In fact, I think Grand Daddy Purp is the Cabernet Sauvignon of marijuana. I think it's its own category. It's top of the line. It's a representative of the indica. And I think the purple lane is going to be around forever, like the Cabernet Sauvignons.
Yeah. And it's interesting, right? Because in nature, these different colors usually represent the presence of one specific flavonoid or anthocyanin or something like that. So there could be a correlation maybe somewhere along the line between purple grapes and Grand Daddy Purps or some of these other strains that tend to purple as a natural part of their evolution. So maybe the health benefits that are realized through the consumption of red wine can also in some roundabout way be realized through the consumption of these particular strains. I wonder if there's any reality to that.
Well, yeah, I think color and color in our foods, right? You have to eat a bunch of different varieties of color. Color has something to it. I saw a scientist once speaking in Berkeley saying that eat the outside of your fruit and your vegetables because maybe not all of them, but they want you to incorporate all the color you can, because when you strip things down, you'll find that the stuff with the color in it, that color, whatever's causing that color, is actually medicinal, some kind of medicinal properties. So that's why we got to consume different colors. That's why, growing cannabis and medicine, I'm sure some of these different colors, because the cannabis isn't just purple. It's got some beautiful reds, some beautiful yellows, some beautiful greens. I remember lime green. I love the first lime green thing I ever saw. Wasn't from a lime. It was from skunk. Skunk was just, wow. Right. What's this bright yellow green color?
What years did you start seeing the really good weed? When did you see the transition from the cannabis we were getting from South America that was very seedy, and that's when you started to see the transition into the hydroponic stuff and things like that?
Oh yeah, no, I went through that whole route. I went through that whole situation. All the best weed was grown outside. Clemmy Gold, Panama Red, Thai Stick, Skunk. It was all grown outside, all the way up to Big Bud, all the way up to Green Crack. But in the 80s, when it came after us hard. You had to start to bring your stuff indoors because they catch you outside with helicopters. So we all were breeding back then. Back then we didn't have mothers and clones. I would have to take a branch on my plant, bring up a male somewhere else, right when it's ready to drop pollen. I put the pollen into a bag, kill the male, and then I put that bag over a branch. And I had my seeds for next year. That's what we all did.
Huh.
And then we always had some kind of variety. But I do like mothers and clones because once you find something you love, now you keep it. Because, we've lost so many wonderful strains. I can't think of all the great strains I've had. So to be disappointed nowadays while I'm smoking, it's like, man, we totally let genetics go. What happened to that? I do believe the genetics now are going to go back outdoors. Watch if we don't get better weed outdoors than in.
I've always thought
because your outdoor environment.
Yeah, I've traveled to Jamaica quite a few times, and when I'm there, I engage in the culture and enjoy the smoke. And I always find, even though the cannabis doesn't look as pretty in Jamaica as it does, the bag appeal is not the same. The quality of the smoke and the experience, I always find much more pleasant in Jamaica. So I fully agree. I think outdoors, the plants just are better. You know what I mean? So with legalization and things like that, we'll have that opportunity.
Wait till we get the bomb weed outdoors again. Now, I used to say, I go around, when I'm trapping weed, I go around, I say no 9 times, and I finally say yes, because it's the weed that makes me say yes. I said that 30 years ago. Today, I'm still saying it. Why is this crap out here still being grown? We need to focus on the medicinal strains because they work for both levels. I don't want a girl who just looks beautiful, but is stupid, that is mean. None of that stuff. So it's my cannabis, I want the same thing.
That's a great analogy, actually.
I want something that works.
Yeah, absolutely. Huh. That's pretty cool. When you think about it, but it's very, very true. Where I was thinking, where do you envision any kind of timeline for seeing federal legalization in the States? I mean, what do you think might be the transition? I know what I think. It could be still a ways off for the federal legalization, even though there's such momentum. But what do you think?
I really thought it was going to change like by 2020 or something. And here we still are. And now we have such a conservative movement in this country that I'm kind of worried that we're going to be pushed backwards again if we don't like start fighting for this right. Are they going to attack us next? They're attacking gay people. They're attacking women and their rights. Shit, so if they can't have rights, I'm sure they're going to try to take cannabis from us because pharmaceuticals are getting tired of losing us. Alcohol people, Budweiser's used to buy all the helicopters. Budweiser was the one that supplied all the helicopters. And because there was a study showing that when more weed is grown, less alcohol is drank. So they began buying the helicopters, and everyone's coming after us. I used to tell my friends drinking Budweiser, put that down. They're the ones that kind of trying to arrest you, dude.
Yeah, because it does impinge on them.
So legalization, I don't know when it's going to happen. Our federal government is they're crooked, and they go by whoever tells them what to do. So
Right.
I just hope that we can pull together. We got to become a stronger presence. We cannot pull away. We have to pull together. We can't like compete. We got to collaborate, and we have to pull together. And we have to be socially active.
How do we
stop being apathetic?
How do we foster that kind of environment?
How do we what?
How do we develop that kind of community within inside of the cannabis community? How do we build a coalition that has this strength and momentum?
If I knew, I would have kind of been trying to do it. I've always been trying to do it. I talk to people, but I see that their competitive side and their desire for their own benefit instead of working for the benefit of all.
The common good, right?
They would change their way of thinking. Yeah. But a lot of people say, screw that. I'm out for myself.
All for one, yeah. For everybody's for themselves.
That's what we see. I know. Look at what started the movement and the fight was people dying. I mean, that's what really started this. And I knew behind me when I was busting that door down that they were going to come. As soon as that door got knocked down at 2:15, got voted on, boom, they started coming in everywhere. It's like, wow, oh no, please don't ruin this. So please don't ruin this. I just want to go back to medical and just supply only patients. And all you recreational guys deal with that crappy weed.
So let me ask you a question, if you don't mind. My state here in Pennsylvania, where I am, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So in my state here in Pennsylvania, we're not allowed to grow as a medical patient.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
because this is an economic thing too.
Next semester or next grow season, I will be starting my own fight here in Pennsylvania, and I'm just gonna grow. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm done. I'm done fighting with them.
That's what I did. Well,
I'm done arguing with them. I'm done. I need my medicine, and they don't have it. Every time I go there, I have to find a different strain. I got to try to figure out what's going to help me. If I get my medicine, I'm going to grow it here, and that's going to be my battle. I'm going to fight it here in Pennsylvania. I don't care.
Awesome. You have to have that attitude. You have to have your rights, and you have to stand up for your rights like you just did. Your voice got stronger as you spoke. Yeah. No, you're not going to do this to me. No, this is my right. I've had to sit in city councils and yell at people I don't even know.
And
I don't want to be like that. I don't have to dig down and find that warrior all the fucking time. Other people wake up.
Yeah, the beauty of the states is that when you do have to face the legal system, you have the option of a trial by jury. So you can appeal to a jury. A jury will be much more understanding of somebody who's cultivating this plant for their medical use, right? You're not, that cannabis that you've cultivated yourself has never left your property and gone to somebody else. You know what I mean? You've used it for yourself. You've done it because you can't afford to continue to obtain your medication through the conventional means or the means that are allowed by law. And that's how we can start changing things too, with decisions in courtrooms and setting precedents and things of that nature, right? But unfortunately, it takes the sacrificial lamb, just as as we were talking about the other day, talking about Mark Henry, who fell on the sword for cannabis rights and is still suffering the consequences.
Oh, I know. I was from those days, those stages,
Yep.
and I watched a lot of people take those beatings. I took the beating. I live in a small little house up in the mountains now, and I used to have 5 homes, 200 acres on Reed Mountain. I had my own plane. I used to fly around. I trapped by flying. I hated driving, and I had my boats and my kids, and you know what? They tore me a new one. They took everything from me, except guess what? They didn't take my fight. They didn't take my words. I'm still out here, and I'm not going away. You can take everything away from me, but you're not going to break me, because I know what you're not going to do. You're not going to break me.
Yeah.
No, that's absolutely.
I mean,
Did you know?
Yeah, that's what it takes. That's what it takes, my friends.
This is something that the hippie might not know, but he'd appreciate the fact that because he runs a radio station. Ken has done some recording. You have some music out there that's cannabis themed music, don't you, Ken?
Yeah, I do. I got Medicine Man, and it's on iTunes. And what happened is I got after I got raided on my 3rd time by the feds in 2009. I said, well, how come I know a lot of rap artists from E40 to Keith the Sneed, and they did that one, tell me when to go, tell me when to go, tell me when to go, go dumb, and then they do that one part. He goes, and then Keith Sneed comes in saying, now I'm gonna smoke something down in the bay, smoking some of that Grand Daddy Purp down in the bay, or smoking with Ken from that Grand Daddy Purp, something like that he does. But that guy turned me into a legend right there. That started the whole game. Everyone began coming to my store in Oakland, and Grand Daddy Purp blew up from there. But I forgot why I came out. Why was I telling you that story? What were you?
Oh, because
talking about your music.
Into that story.
Yeah, because hippie likes to play a lot of cannabis music on
and the
WPHT
music.
radio, right?
So, yes.
Station.
No, that's right. No, I forgot. I was going somewhere with all that. You're right. Yeah. So then I decided I got pissed off. I said, how come you guys aren't giving albums of protest? You did in the Vietnam War and you're not doing it for cannabis? I mean, this is your spot now. And so I have artists come into the studio and they would sit there for hours trying to come up with a whole song. So finally I said, hold on, man, my mind's sharp. I got this stuff down. I'm going to come up with some hooks. I'm going to buy some beats. And you guys come back in here and just give me a verse. And an example was, one of my songs is called Medical Patient. And I came up, and this is one of the first ones I came up with. They called me and said, well, what's the hook? I said, well, let me call you back. I called them back 5 minutes later. I'm a medical patient and I use it. I'm a medical patient and I produce it. I'm a medical patient, and if you think I abuse, I got news for you. You's all confused. I'm a medical patient. So that was one of my hooks.
I love it.
Nice.
Ken,
so if you listen to that, to that album.
Sorry.
We're out of time. I see it.
Yeah, sadly, we are.
We have to end because we are live on CBG TV and we love them and we don't want to break their rules.
It's all right.
I want to have you back,
It's
though.
all right, man.
Promises, Ken.
I'm a strong man. I'm strong. I can take it.
Real soon.
Don't cry. It's okay. We love you.
I'll come back. I love you too. I'll come back whenever you want me to, brother. It's all about education now. We got to push on education.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Don't stop inspiring people and pushing people.
And now that
thank you for your show. Thank you for letting me on.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
So appreciated, Ken. Thank you so much.
Garrett, for all your hard work over there, buddy. Even though
we're getting it together. And now we know how to get you in. We'll be able to get you in next time, and we'll enjoy the full opportunity to spend some time with you.
Absolutely. Much love. Thank you.
Yes, I'd love to tell about my new projects.
Yes.
Oh, thank you guys. I love your show. I can't wait to be on again.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Ken.
All right, my brothers.
Peace.
Have a good